Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. This is part two of this. This is a pretty bad drawing, and I helped the gentleman or whoever. I'm going to quit saying gender because I get so many emails I get lost. I made this in about the same time, a length of time that I helped him do a contour around it. All I did, I can't find that font or anything close. I'm not going to take a lot of time. And I found a vine. I traced it. I said blind with flowers. I traced it, then I doubled it, and I welded it together. And then I'm taking these letters. And whenever you do anything like this, make a duplicate of what you're working on. See, I've got two sets of flowers because you're going to inevitably mess up. Let's go to, because there's so many options, go to common shapes, take the heart. Now, if I hold down the control buttons, it's a little bit skinny of a heart that I want. So this is the time you want to make it a little fatter. Now I want to hit the plus key. I'm going to move that down, and I might even make another copy of it. Now we're going to take it. You need to do this in this order. This is a font. I'm going to go to Object and break it apart, and then I'm going to go to Object and convert it to a curve. Don't do the opposite. Don't convert it to a curve first, because if you do that, your inside of your circle is going to be, or inside of your O. So I'm going to make the V a little bit larger. This isn't really, has to be welded into there, even though this one is. So that's the way I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to kind of mimic the drawing. I'm going to actually make the V bigger. And I just want it touching some spot. And then I'm going to bring the E in. The E is quite a bit smaller. But I do want it touching the outside. And it's touching there good enough. Now, I have to move this out of the way. I didn't move it, I nudged it. I'm going to select all this, and I'm going to weld it. Okay. I'm going to make a copy of this right now because I can weld it later. Because really what I want to do now is take these parts and I'm going to actually move them up. I'm running out of space. So as long as I have all the parts, I think I'm good. Control G to group it. I'm actually going to left click, right click. And then I'm going to bring in my graphic. And of course he can find better graphic because I don't really know what this is for or what it's supposed to represent, but kind of get it where it's covering everything. And we're going to try to intersect it. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. Now, if you see I did not weld my letters yet, because here's why, because it would have caused me trouble. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Now I'm going to select all this and I'm going to weld that. Well, let's go. Okay, you've got two choices, back minus front, front minus back. You don't know which one it is, but we're going to go with that, and it worked. Now what we're going to do is move this back, but we're going to contour that. He wanted a 1/2-inch contour. So go to Object, or excuse me, Effects, Contour, and we're going to get a perfect contour of that. And we're going to go Object and break the contour apart. And then grab our contour, and then grab our graphic, and I'm not moving, I'm nudging. Now, I maybe should do this. Let's make this line thicker. You can see it's so big you don't know. There we go. Because that's what that graphic really, matter of fact, there's to make the drawing exactly like the other one. Let's back up here. There's actually another contour. Let's move that out of the way for a second. Let's just contour this one 0.2. See, that just gives us a second little contour. So still go and break your contour apart. And then we're going to grab that one and put it there, and then bring this one up. You know what? Maybe I moved the wrong one. There we go. So grab the inside one, then move that back. So we got those two lines. And at this time, you could do whatever you wanted to them. If we need to make that line, I can't remember what point we used on this, or 0.3. So let's make this 0.3. So we got two lines. And then we can bring our graphic back in. And of course, the one I'm doing it for can pick what he wants to do. And that's not a bad rendition. And it didn't take much longer. Now, this is one of my videos that you're going to have to pause and back up and rewind and look at it again, because there's a lot of steps. And, you know, there's a lot you could do with this. You could try taking the Smart Fill tool and fill that in with black. Now see what it looks like. It kind of takes away from it, but not really. Now, if he's engraving it, I would just do it the way I had and not have, you know, just make sure there's something other than a hairline, because this one you want, if you're going to cut out, you need this one to be a hairline, and I'd go ahead and mark it red. And the other ones are going to engrave. So if he's going to engrave it, it'll really pop out. Now, if he was going to print this, this looks like it's been printed on something. So I don't know what he's doing. It's kind of hard to tell. And it looks pretty good. I mean, you could actually, the only other thing you could do is try smart filling if you're going to print it with a different color. And there you have it. Anyway, I hope that gave you some ideas, and thank you for watching.